Hey guys! As you may know, I recently made it to a year without self-harming. So in this video I'm going to share with you my tips on how I quit self-harming. I hope this works for some of you. I have another video about self-harm that is the first part to this, and it's basically just where I talk a little bit about some self-harm, the misconceptions, and some tips for if you know someone who's self-harming. The main thing that is the most important thing, or at least I think so, is having other coping skills. Basically, you probably started self-harming as a way to cope with something else, and it's a very, very, very bad way to cope. So pretty much what recovering from self-harm is finding other ways to cope. Now this could be pretty much anything. Look for some different activities and see what works for you. So a couple things that worked for me: sometimes I just needed to talk to somebody instead. I'd read, watch a movie, watch YouTube videos, go on Tumblr depending on the time of day and stuff, go for a walk. Anything to distract yourself and make yourself feel better. It may be helpful to consider why you started self-harming in the first place. Was it to let out the pain you're feeling? Was it because you felt numb? Was it because you're angry? That information may be helpful to coming up with an activity that's different. Like if you're feeling empty or numb, maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you just need to take like a shower or something and feel the water, whatever. Let yourself cry and feel things, and let yourself feel your emotions. I know for me, sometimes I'd get really upset and overwhelmed and sad, and I didn't want to feel that way. I wanted it to go away. I wanted instant relief. And it sucks. I know no one wants to cry and feel bad, but you have to let yourself do it. Get rid of whatever you use to self-harm. I know some people don't use a tool. Some people hit themselves, punch themselves. But if you do use something to self-harm, throw it away. Or give it to somebody. For me, for some reason, I just couldn't get myself to throw my blades away. I don't know why. I just couldn't do it. I just put them in like a little baggie and I gave them to my boyfriend. Not entirely sure what he did with them, but it's easier to give them to him than to throw them away. If you don't have anything to use, then you can't do it. I know there's sharp stuff pretty much everywhere, but at least maybe within your room, because I know for me it was mostly at night when I felt really awful. Try not to have anything like in the space in your room. Do not follow or be one of those extremely triggering blogs on Tumblr, because it's not going to be helpful for you or make you feel better. Celebrate your progress in whatever way you want. If you buy something for yourself, you can really do anything you want. I mean, I got to a year, my boyfriend took me on a date to see a movie and go to lunch. Towards the last couple months, before I made it to a year, that was what was motivating me, and I knew that I'd feel good if I made it that far. So try to have some sort of reward for yourself, and if not, at least just be happy that you made it this far. Comment down below telling me how far you've made it, and that can be your way of celebrating it. Be proud of yourself when you stop, or even if you make it a day. You need to realize that self-harm is not the answer. It's not going to make you feel better, and it just makes things complicated. And I didn't quite feel that way at the time when I stopped, but now that I haven't in a long time, and I think back to when I was self-harming, now I realize how bad it is. I realize it was bad at the time, but not as bad as I do now. Therapy may be helpful as well, but that is helpful really anything mental health and problem related. And the last thing is have someone you can talk to. If you don't, you can talk to me. Of course, I'll probably say that in every video, but it's really important to talk to people about how you're feeling. I know it's hard. It does make things better and easier for you. And if you have a moment where maybe you don't feel like talking, or you're not feeling like you have someone you can talk to, at least write out your feelings. So I hope that I'm not missing anything. This is basically what I did to stop. There's no like magic tip that is going to help you stop. If you just try to motivate yourself, don't give up even if you relapse, and eventually you can stop. I have the first part to this video. I'll link it down below if you want to check that out. And I also have a collaboration, and it's self-harm coping skills, so I'll link that down below as well. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.